So, what I'd like to talk about is being scared as an artist and the fear of not making it as an artist, not being scared to, you know, go for that dream job, that that gig that you really want. And I have this fear as well. I'm still a college student, and I struggle with this fear on a daily. I always think that my art's not good enough. I don't think that I suck, but I don't think that where I'm at right now could get me a gig, because so far the things that I've applied to haven't really come through yet. So, I mean, the fear of not succeeding as an artist is a fear I struggle with, and a way that I've been able to kind of combat that, or recently realized that I've, combated it with, was I've attended a few conventions, and there was I think it was, what con was it? It was the Sandusky Con, not Ohio Con, Colossal Con. So I attended Colossal Con, and I've attended a couple times. So my second time that I attended, there was a free kind of bring your own art rigmarole for one day, and you can sell what you do. So I was talking to my friend and kind of was like, you know what, I should do this. And so the next year I did, and I set up my rinky-dink shop and had a pad of paper and my box of picks, pens, and other materials that I somewhat used. So I didn't have anything planned out. I didn't have any pre-rendered, fancy drawings, nothing planned. I just kind of, was like, what's the worst that could happen? And I guess for me, I have that attitude at certain times, but then I start overthinking, and start getting afraid and nervous, sweaty palm. I'm like, yeah, no, this is actually kind of scary. This is nerve-wracking. I'm out here looking like a dillweed with my little box of Copics and markers and a pad of paper with no real drawings on it, at least not yet. Over an hour, I think I cranked out maybe 6 head sketches, and this little event lasted for a while. So I cranked out 6 head sketches, and I started displaying them, showing what I can do. And eventually, people started coming by and looking at me drawing at a point, and I was kind of surprised, and I got my first commission where they wanted me to draw a head sketch of, I name your anime character. And it felt good. It really did. It felt good to kind of be noticed, to be looked at in a light where, I'm not as bad as I thought I was. I don't absolutely suck. I don't, I'm not trash, but I'm still not as good as I want to be yet. And that first commission kind of started an avalanche. Other people started coming over, and it was pretty cool. I think I got maybe 5 commissions at that point, and that was, I don't know, life changing. It's not really the word because my life really hasn't changed that much, but it kind of fixed the thought that I suck. Not so much that I'm afraid to succeed or afraid to fail, but it changed the thought in my head that I suck as an artist. That no one accepts me, and no one wants my art, which was kind of nice. I still have the fear of being rejected from a major corporation, and it makes it hard for me to even draw at times. But I kind of figure, commissions, people like seeing what I do. I have a DeviantArt, and I get some posts, and it kind of loosens up the fear and makes me want to draw even more. And I think that's where you start thinking that, you know what, who cares? You know what, I'm gonna keep drawing and get better. And the more I draw, the better I'll get. And the better I get, the closer I will get to that job, if that made any sense. I hope it did. And I really think that that's more of a way to think than being scared. Like, get better and keep getting better. And I still need to work on this because I'm still scared. I haven't applied for a lot of things because of that fear is still there. I'm not sure, but I don't think anyone gets over that. I mean, if you're like Alvin Lee status, or, I don't know, Adam Hughes status, you're like, I'm the greatest. Maybe not. You still have things that you don't like about your art because we're our harshest critics, but you don't lose sleep over it like I have. And I think that's really the biggest fear that all artists have, at least when you're starting out, that, you know what, you submit and you get rejected, and the fear of failure overwhelms you, and it makes it so you don't want to, put forth an effort. Especially in my case, I don't want to put forth an effort if I'm just going to get shut down. And, getting over that's tough. It's really tough, and I'm still trying to. But I think it's getting better, and it will. The more you practice, the more likelihood somebody's gonna notice you. Notice me, senpai. The more likely, you will get that job. So, and another thing to think about is try not to think, if that makes sense. Try not to think about, how bad you do or don't suck, because I don't think anybody actually sucks when they draw. I really don't, because it's a learning process. It's like, it's not as good as you want, but you can make what you want, and you can get better from there. It's always a starting point, no matter where you are. There's always another plateau you can get to as an artist. You don't suck, and I don't think anybody should think that way. What else? So I just kind of took a chance with the whole convention sketch thing, and it worked out for me and made me feel better about my art, to the point where, you know what, I'm gonna go for something weird. So I've applied to a couple of things, like the Riot internship program, and I think I'm gonna work on a Disney one as well, and get some portfolio stuff ready. And I'll show some of my portfolio work and probably draw on this YouTube channel as well. So I think I'm gonna leave it there and say for my final thoughts that there's always another plateau you want to get to, and the one that you're at may not be where you want to be, but it's not as bad as you think it is. You can always get better, and I think that's what should keep you going, is there's always a better goal to reach. And it's going to be hard to fix being scared of failure, but it can definitely happen. I mean, it's just putting yourself out there and figuring out, what you got to do to, get rid of that fear. Get rid of the thought that you suck, because I don't believe anybody sucks. It's just, you got to get better. It's all practice. That's all it is.